Live, this is South Florida Today on NBC 6 HD.
Okay, Gator haters, pay attention. Did you know that alligator meat is low in calories, low in fat, low in cholesterol, and high in protein? So we're going to cook some up today. Cooking up some gator meat here with Dwayne Adams from Johnny V's restaurant in Las Olas. He's the chef de cuisine down there. And he's going to make, what is this stuff? Alligator cake?
We're going to make
like a crab cake kind of thing?
Like a crab cake, but we give it a little bit of different flavor and kick it up with the alligator itself.
I was going to say, can people do this at home? But can you go buy alligator meat?
You can buy alligator meat in gourmet markets, yes.
Yeah.
I actually get my products from...
You go right out to the Glades, right?
No, I don't go...
On an airboat, you get the gator, and then you haul it in the boat,
I'm not catching it myself. No, actually what I do is I order them from one of my local purveyors who specializes in game products, and what they do is they get it, it's out of Louisiana. When I get it, it's already brined, and they also tenderize it, which is basically jacquarding it, which is a style of tenderizing it.
There's some raw meat.
And then here's what we have right here. I got a little bit of raw stuff just so you guys can see. And then what I do is I chop it up. You got to cut it up really small. So that way...
It keeps it tender?
It keeps it nice and tender, and you can get your chunks out of it, and it'll mix up really well. And you're going to put in an egg with that. And I have some peppers and onions that I've already sautéed.
Those always look good. Always look better than when I make it.
And there's our onions. Little cilantro. I like the cilantro flavor. And we're also going to put a little bit of jalapeno in there because I like a little bit of the kick.
You can make it really spicy if you wanted to.
You can make it as spicy as you want. You can go any way with this that you would like. Also, I put in a little bit of brown mustard. Going to put in a little bit of mayonnaise because alligator is very low in fat. It actually needs a little bit of fat added into it.
To cook it?
Not to really cook it, just so it's just not dry. Because when you'd eat it, it'd be dry. A little bit of acid in there to cut it with a little bit of lime, a little fresh lime juice.
You're like a chemist here.
Yeah, you got to mix it all up. You got to know what you're making. I use Japanese breadcrumbs called panko. Mm-hmm. They're basically a crustless breadcrumb. Mm-hmm. Really good product. We're going to season it up with a little bit of salt and pepper.
Pinch of salt, pinch of pepper.
A little bit of pinch of each one of those guys right there. And then we're just going to mix it up. And I got my gloves on. You always want to make sure you keep your hands nice and clean and wear your gloves. And you can check the consistency of your cake just by feeling it. And then you can make a nice fritter. Usually whenever you have to let it sit for just a couple minutes so the moisture will be soaked up by the panko, the breadcrumbs itself. And then that has to soak for just a minute, and then I'll make the cakes out of this. And I actually have some cakes already made right over here. And I form in about 2.5-ounce portions. And you want to dredge them in flour. This way they won't stick when you put them in the pan.
Oh, so that's not the breadcrumbs.
That's not the breadcrumbs. This is just a seasoned flour with a little salt and pepper. That way you get a little seasoning on it, and it'll make a nice little crust. And we're going to kick this up here a little bit, and then you're going to put it in your pan. You're going to want to make sure your pan's always a little bit hot, so you can see it's got a little bit of action going on in there.
Don't put anything in your pan until it's hot, right?
You got that right. Because otherwise it'll stick.
There was a joke that goes with that saying, but I can't repeat it on television. Dwayne told me off camera.
And I'll tell the rest of you later.
Go to Johnny
Come by the
V's.
restaurant and I'll tell you exactly what that means, okay? Then you want to saute it up, and you're going to brown it up golden brown on both sides.
Smells pretty good.
And like I said...
It smells better than the Gators' victory over Vanderbilt, actually. Our offense looks so bad. I got to tell you, this smells better.
The Gator itself, like you said before, is very high in protein, very low in carbs. Like I said, it is kind of a neutral flavor. It lends itself to very... whatever you put with it, that's what it's going to come out.
Kind of like tofu or something? Or is it?
I wouldn't say it's as bland as tofu. But, yeah, something like that. You can definitely arrange it so that... If you like it spicy, you could make an Asian alligator cake. You could make I'm sure, many Cajun or Creole recipes used with alligator. You can, like I said, and alligator's very versatile. You can put it in stews. You can put it in fritters, cakes.
Anything, huh?
There's a lot of different things.
We're going to come back after the break and see the finished product here in a minute.
There we go.
But, hey, there is the address on your screen, 625 East Las Olas Boulevard for Johnny V's. Phone number's up there, 954-761-7920. And it is on the Dine Out Lauderdale list of restaurants. So definitely check it out. I've been there several times with my wife. It's a fantastic place. Great menu. We'll check out the alligator cakes when we come back. Let's come back to the alligator cakes here for a second.
There you go.
These are finished, huh?
Yep.
Now, does that make me a cannibal if I try these?
Not at all. Not at all.
Does it work that way?
The UM and the Seminoles will definitely like this.
I'll let Trina try it.
Well, since you insist.
I'm going to try
with a little
it
honey mustard sauce and some mango sauce on it.
Those are yummy.
Are they good, really?
Very good.
Let me try it.
Mañana, bye.
See ya.
Time and temperature from